Well, y'all, since I told y'all the front pump on this truck doesn't work no more, we went to the old Harbor Freight and we got some pumps, but we don't know how to use them. This one here won't go in the hole. Cannot get that one in the hole. Pretty sure I was supposed to put that end in the hole first. It's got a little ball in it. That won't go in the hole. So I got this one in the hole, but the hose ain't long enough. It barely reaches the tank, as you can see. So we ain't gonna get much out of there doing it this way. But we'll see. But that hose is barely long enough. The other end of this hose is the same length as this hose. So that hose is barely long enough to get down to the tank. But we'll get some out of there. Even if we gotta go find us a longer hose to add onto it or something. But yeah, we stopped by the old Harbor Freight on the way back from getting our DOT. So we're good to ride for a little longer. Not as long as we'd like, but you know, sometimes that happens. But anyways, that's what we're doing today. Stopped by with Tractor Supply. Walked around in there for 5 minutes. But anyways, I don't know what Dad's doing today. He went out in the woods with his bush hog for a little while. Went out there and did some tearing up. I don't know what he did. I'll have to ride out there and take a look. But anyways, we want to get some of this gas out of this front tank because it's just sitting there not doing nothing. So we had to try to figure this out. Anyways, we're going on multiple weeks with no rain. We got maybe a half an inch of rain. And since I don't even know when now, maybe half an inch. Just a little bit of nothing. So anyways, everything's still good and dead. And dying. Beans now. Them old beans stink. When they're in their dying process, they got a little bit of a stink to them. I've never been that close to beans, but the other day I was going out and I said, damn, that thing stink. Oh, there we go. We're already running out. That's it. That's all she wrote. These are not useful. The hose is not long enough to get gas out of the vehicle. They're like $6 for that little thing. Great price. Functionally worked. But the hose is not long enough to get it out of the vehicle. So, anyways, in case y'all ever get involved in that, now you know. But we're gonna need a longer hose. So, the pump doesn't have enough hose to pump out of the tank like it should. And when you put it in the bucket, it needs something straight because the end of the hose doesn't want to sit at the bottom of the can like it's supposed to. It does functionally work though. Fairly quickly, but it does work. We're still going to go to fail because it wasn't able to do the job. This one is a wiggle pump. Anyway, I can't even get it down the daggone. It's got enough hose here, but I can't even get the hose down the tube. So, I don't know how this thing's supposed to work exactly, but I can't get the hose down the tube. So, anyways, that one also gets a fail. because you can't get it down in there. Anyways, that's my thought of the day. Well, we just down here popping the tire off. The zero turn. So we can get it fixed. Wish I had a spare tire to put on here. I mean, I could always take one off of that one over there. But that's just a pain. I need 2 jacks. I don't feel like doing that. So, you know. Anyways. September 17th, y'all. Sunday evening. 5 o'clock or so. And it is raining. Like real rain. Like actually raining. It's been trying to do this all day, but it hasn't done anything. But right now it is raining. I don't know how long it'll last, but it is raining. I'm gonna guess with it probably won't last long. But it is actually raining. I just figured I'd update you on that.
Now that you said it's gonna stop raining.
We're restringing the weed eater. We were gonna go out here and work on our backyard situation that we have, that we go out and play with once in a while. But oh, it stopped raining. But they ain't been doing nothing all day. Well, we got busy and we're like, ooh, let's go do something. Yeah, well, then it started raining. That's all right. It stopped now. We'll be good.
Little squirrel here. They come around. They don't. This is the first time I ever seen one spend so much time on the deck. Old Garland here. Well, I think it's September the 20th. I think that's the day it is, on a Tuesday, I guess. And I'm just up here checking some fence. It ain't very good, but it's better than it used to be. Anyway, I put some down on the other side. I went down there and I hooked up 3 hot wires where the water discharges off of my property towards Cedar Run. Now I'm just over here, just kind of checking this over here. And I can see some places over here that we nailed up a month or so ago. And there ain't no staples in the post. Anyway, it's a beautiful day today. Beautiful clouds in the sky. White puffy clouds. So anyway, I'm working my way on out of here. Go over here and look some cows over. And go give some cows some hay. Well, see, there ain't no staple on that post. Yesterday, I went out and broke my bush cutter. I'm trying to cut off too big of trees on it, so I got to go find all the pieces for that so I can get it fixed. Old Garland here. I don't know, it's February. No. September the 21st, I think. On a Thursday, I believe. I just come out here and got the old 1206 out. Come out here and cut some of these old nasty weeds out here in the field. They're the only things got any greenness to them. Anyway, I come down here going through these gates. Come through these gates and get them straightened out here. Turn the bush hog on. Daggone something hit me on the daggone around my neck. Come down across my head. And I had a close call. The daggone black snake dropped down on me. Around my neck and head and shoulders. Anyway, hope that never happens again. Because I don't like spiders and snakes. Not at all. I guess that sucker was up at the daggone top of this daggone cab here, somewhere in there. Laying up there waiting to attack me, I reckon. Anyway, that's the luck with old Garland. It's awful dry out here. I went by the pond in here to use my bush cutter the other day and went in there and I got into that skid steer bush hog cutter. It cuts down weeds and brush real good. But anyway, every now and then I get carried away and try to cut down a tree limb as big as my butt. So anyway, I broke my blades off. That's the second time I broke my blades off since I had it. That's my fault. It ain't supposed to be cutting down trees more than about 3 inches. But anyway, overdo something, you're going to have trouble. Well, that's me.
Howdy, y'all. September 21st. Y'all want to see what Dad's been tearing up? Tearing up stuff. Well, he's been out using his bush hog around the pond. Well, you know how he likes to tear stuff up. He was chewing on some trees. And, well, there used to be something there. It went flying. The nut came off, and the whole thing went flying. So, the side that he broke off before, well, he broke that off again. And the other side that he didn't break off, well, he broke that good. It's good and broke. Bent it down and broke it. Well, it was standing up here, now it wants to fall over. So, he couldn't find this piece. Well, Emily come over here to help him. He looked for it, but he couldn't find it. So Emily come over here to help him today. And she was walking along and she found it. Real quick. But anyways, I'll let him tell you all about it. Well, that's what he tore up this week. Tore that up day before yesterday or something like that. So now I gotta put all that back together. Fix this and weld it. Fix that and weld it. I don't know what else damage he did. But the nut came off and the whole thing came off. So the light back here is not very good. So turn the light on. Well, the first thing he did was all these bolts backed off on him the first time on the gearbox. He don't look like he destroyed it. Look like it might go back on there. Although I'm pretty sure there's probably a washer or something he's missing right about now. Probably some kind of washer he's missing. Well, I think he's missing the washer or whatever goes between the nut and the blades. He's missing one piece. At least one or two pieces on this thing. But yeah, Emily said she found that blade about 60-some feet from where he was. Howdy, y'all. We had to come down the road here, pick up one cow. She ain't feeling too good. Pick her up, take her back to the dairy barn, do some doctoring to her. She's looking a little rough. Well, we got the bull loaded up. We're gonna take him down, put him out with some girls. He did not want to get in trailer. He didn't want to leave these girls. So, but he don't get a choice in the matter. He was down here before. Let's hope he don't get out and come back to the other barn.
1, 2, I only see 3 calves, 4 calves. I ain't sure how many supposed to be down there. According to Melvin.
Well, Dad put some wheels back on the red trailer because he went to Culpeper and picked up the red four-wheeler. Picked up the 300 because we took it to get worked on, and when he brought it back, he just kept dumping all the gas through the carburetor into the airbox. So, and then it wouldn't run. So let's hope they get it fixed this time. But anyways, we'll find out. Hey, I needed the air compressor to go work on a project. Well, we bought this silage blower at auction, and we ain't never used it. Anyways, I got a different project in mind for it, but we don't know if it'll work yet. But right now we need to pump the tires up on it, or make sure the tires are up, and move it out of this spot, take it back to the house where we can work on it. And I don't know, I bought it, don't use it, and quit making silage, quit chopping, quit doing everything after we bought it. So I just noticed this piece of metal laying right here. That's a floorboard off the ditcher. That's not supposed to be here. That's supposed to be on the ditcher, but it got taken off and nobody ever put it back on like everything else around here. Well, on second thought, we're still going to move it, but the neighbors cooked the belt on their blower and stole the one off of here. So it may still work for what I want to do, because all we need is a fan. That's all we need is a big fan. We don't really need to the auger and the intake. All we need is a big fan. So it'll probably still work. So we'll see. If you're a big time operator and you got all the fancy tools, this doesn't apply to you. But that little thing is pretty awesome for small timers. It's very expensive, but it's pretty awesome. As long as you got good batteries, it'll do a whole truck and trailer on a good battery and then some. This is the old shed here. I've showed you all that before. One of these days we need to come in here and start going through it and clearing it out, propping it up or taking it down, one of the two. It's been falling down for years. This first bay could be fixed, but the rest of them are gone. But there's a lot of old useful junk in there, if you knew what it was. But anyways, everything's falling down around it. Need to tear it down and clean it up. But anyways, we'll get to that one day. We'll go in there and find out what everything in there is. That bolt box, that could come on out and go on back there in the shed. But the rest of the stuff is going to be sorted through and junked. So Chris bought his big fancy dump trailer, hoping to tackle this project. But anyways, we'll get to it eventually. Well, we got it hooked up here. Let's pull it up out of this grass, take it back to the house.